Have you ever stood in your kitchen staring at a handful of supplements, vitamin D3, K2, magnesium, and wondered, does it actually matter when I swallow these? You take them religiously every day because you've been told they're essential for your bones, your heart, and your immune system. But maybe you are still waking up tired. Maybe your sleep is light and fragmented. Maybe you just don't feel that surge of energy you were promised. If you are over 60, I have some important news for you. The problem isn't necessarily what you are taking. The problem is likely when you are taking it. I read a comment recently from a viewer named Janet who said, "Turning 60 doesn't mean we become decrepit. I'm 82 and living a full life." Janet, you are absolutely right. Aging is not about becoming weak. It is about becoming different metabolically. Your body at 60 or 70 is a high-performance engine that simply runs on a different timing schedule than it did at 30. And if you put the fuel in at the wrong time, the engine stutters. I'm Professor Oleksii Kalmykov. For over 30 years, I have been a medical scientist, a practitioner, and what I call a medical troubleshooter. I don't just treat symptoms in a rushed 15-minute visit. I look at your entire life ecosystem to solve health puzzles where others see dead ends. I founded the Medical Clusters Network and the Research Institute of Evidence-Based Medicine because I believe you deserve answers that are backed by science, not just trends. Today, we're going to cut through the noise. I know you're frustrated by long-winded videos that never get to the point. So, here's our mission for the next few minutes. We're going to build the perfect 24-hour schedule for vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium specifically for the mature body. We're going to address why taking them all at once might be a mistake, and we'll clear up the confusion about why some doctors say morning and others scream night. Let's start with the sunshine vitamin, vitamin D3. There's a massive misconception that vitamin D is just a vitamin. It's not. In reality, vitamin D acts much more like a steroid hormone in the body. It regulates over 200 genes. But here's the critical piece of the puzzle that most people miss. Vitamin D is inversely related to melatonin. Melatonin is your sleep hormone. It rises when it gets dark to help you sleep. Vitamin D is biologically linked to solar radiation, to sunlight. When your levels of vitamin D spike in the blood, it sends a primal signal to your brain that says, "It's daytime, be awake, be alert." Now imagine what happens when you take a high dose of vitamin D3 at 8 p.m. with your dinner because it was convenient. You are chemically shouting at your brain that the sun is up, right at the moment your brain is trying to wind down for sleep. For a person in their 30s, they might power through this, but after 60, our natural production of melatonin decreases. Our sleep becomes more fragile. If you add a daytime signal like vitamin D3 into your evening routine, you are actively sabotaging your deep sleep cycles. You might fall asleep, yes, but you may not reach that restorative deep sleep state where your body repairs itself. So, the verdict for vitamin D3? It belongs in the morning, ideally with breakfast. But it's not enough to just take it in the morning. You must take it with the right partner. This brings us to vitamin K2. Vitamin D3 and K2 are the Batman and Robin of bone health. Vitamin D3 is the gatekeeper. It opens the door for calcium to be absorbed from your food into your blood. But once that calcium is in your blood, vitamin D doesn't guide it. It just leaves it there. If you don't have enough K2, that calcium can end up in the wrong places, like your arteries causing calcification and heart issues, or your kidneys causing stones. K2 is the traffic director. It takes that calcium and says, go to the bones, go to the teeth, stay out of the heart. So, when do you take K2? Since D3 and K2 work so closely together, and since they are both fat-soluble, it makes perfect sense to take them together. However, I see many comments asking about absorption. Do I need to eat fat with them? The answer is a definitive yes. Vitamin D3 and K2 are fat-soluble.
If you take them with a cup of black coffee and a piece of dry toast, you are flushing a huge percentage of that expensive supplement right down the toilet. You need fat to transport them across the intestinal wall. This doesn't mean you need a greasy fry-up. A few walnuts, a bit of avocado, full-fat yogurt, or even fish oil capsules are enough. So, your morning protocol is set. Breakfast, some healthy fats, vitamin D3, K2. This aligns with your circadian rhythm and maximizes absorption. Now, let's talk about the one that causes the most arguments, magnesium. I saw a comment from a viewer who said, "My doctor says take everything at night so the body repairs," and another who said, "I take magnesium in the morning for energy." Here's the science behind the troubleshooting. Magnesium is involved in over 600 enzymatic reactions in your body. It's essential for energy production, yes, that's why some people take it in the morning. However, magnesium is also nature's natural beta blocker. It relaxes the nervous system. It calms the fight and flight response. It loosens tight muscles. As we age, we tend to carry more tension. Our cortisol levels, the stress hormone, can remain elevated in the evenings, preventing us from switching off. If you take magnesium in the morning, you're getting the benefit, but you're missing a massive opportunity. By moving your magnesium intake to the evening about 1 or 2 hours before bed, you are using it as a tool to transition your body into sleep mode. It helps lower cortisol. It relaxes the muscles that might be cramping. Leg cramps are a huge issue for many of my patients over 60. Furthermore, there's a concept called absorption competition. While D3 helps absorb calcium, magnesium and calcium can sometimes compete for absorption pathways in the gut if taken in massive doses at the exact same second. By separating your main minerals, calcium from food and D3 in the morning and magnesium in the evening, you are giving your gut a better chance to process each one fully. So, am I saying you cannot take magnesium in the morning? No. If you're taking a small dose, it's fine. But for the therapeutic effect of better sleep and muscle relaxation, the evening is the golden window. Let's address the elephant in the room, the all-in-one pill. You see them at the pharmacy. One capsule containing D3, K2, calcium, magnesium, and zinc. You might ask, "Professor, if timing is so important, why do they sell these?"
The answer is convenience, not optimization. Marketing companies know that you are busy. They know you are more likely to buy 1 bottle than 4. And for a general, healthy 25-year-old, that might be okay. But we are talking about you. We are talking about optimizing health after 60. When you take that all-in-one pill, you are forcing a compromise. You are either taking D3 at night, bad for sleep, or magnesium in the morning, missing the sleep benefit. As a medical troubleshooter, my job is to help you stop compromising and start optimizing. I want to pause here and address a very valid frustration. A viewer named Franklin commented, "This is a contradiction. I was advised to take omega-3 at night. Who do the public believe?" Franklin, I hear you. The confusion comes because biology is complex, and general advice often fails the individual. Let's troubleshoot this specifically. Omega-3s are fats. Remember what we said about D3 and K2 needing fat? If you take your omega-3s at night, but your D3 in the morning with a fat-free breakfast, you have a mismatch. My recommendation, move your omega-3s to the morning. Why? 2 reasons. 1, they provide the perfect fat source to help absorb your vitamin D3 and K2. 2, for some people, the fat digestion process can be slightly active, which might disturb sleep if taken right before bed. By stacking omega-3, D3, and K2 at breakfast, you create a powerful absorption cluster. So let's put this into a concrete, actionable plan. No more waffle. Here is the daily schedule I recommend to my patients in the My Doctor network. Morning, with breakfast. This is your activation phase. Vitamin D3,
to signal daytime to your brain and support immunity. K2 to direct the calcium from your breakfast to your bones. Omega-3 or healthy fats to ensure the D3 and K2 are actually absorbed. Why? You align with your circadian rhythm and maximize absorption. Afternoon, lunch. This is your gap phase. If you forgot your morning dose, lunch is your backup, but generally let your body digest and rest from supplements. Focus on hydration. As we get older, our thirst mechanism fades. Drink water. Evening, 1 to 2 hours before bed. This is your restoration phase. Magnesium, specific forms like magnesium glycinate or bisglycinate, which are gentle on the stomach and promote relaxation. Avoid magnesium oxide if you can. It is poorly absorbed and mostly acts as a laxative. Zinc, if optional. Night is good, but keep it away from calcium-rich meals if possible. Magnesium and zinc go well together to support deep sleep. Why? You lower cortisol, relax muscles, prepare the brain for deep sleep, and avoid competing with the morning calcium spike. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Professor, this sounds great, but I have a specific condition. I have kidney issues, or I'm on blood thinners. This is crucial. If you're on blood thinners, vitamin K2 is a conversation you must have with your cardiologist. It affects clotting. Do not start K2 without approval. If you have kidney disease, you must be very careful with magnesium and potassium. This is why general YouTube advice can be dangerous. This is where the concept of medical troubleshooting comes in. In my practice, I don't see patients as a checklist of symptoms. I see a life. I have a patient, let's call him Robert. Robert was taking all the right supplements but was exhausted. He was taking his magnesium in the morning with coffee, which speeds up digestion and flushes minerals, and his D3 at night. We simply flipped his schedule. D3 in the morning, magnesium at night, and removed the coffee from the supplement window. Within 10 days, his sleep improved. He didn't need new pills. He needed a new strategy. I'm not just a face on a screen. I'm a husband, a father of 2, and a man who loves active tourism and cycling. I know what it feels like to want to stay active and sharp as the years go by. I practice martial arts and academic singing. Both require discipline and rhythm. Your body requires that same discipline and rhythm. We often think that getting older means accepting defeat. I'm tired because I'm 60. No, you're tired because your chemistry is out of sync. If you have listened to this and thought, this makes sense, but my situation is more complicated, I want to offer you a next step. I specialize in remote health guiding. This isn't just a consultation, it's an investigation. I use the resources of my research institute and my clinical experience to look at your blood work, your lifestyle, and your history to find the root cause of what's holding you back. There's a link in the description to start your health journey with me. But even if you don't click that link, please try the timing shift. Tomorrow morning, take your D3 and K2 with a bit of avocado or eggs. Tomorrow night, take your magnesium before you brush your teeth. Give it 7 days. Listen to your body. And please disregard the rude comments you see online. You are not a burden. You are not decrepit. You are navigating a complex phase of life, and you deserve clear, respectful, and scientific guidance. If this video helped clarify the confusion, please give it a like, not for the algorithm, but so it reaches someone else who is currently taking their D3 at midnight and wondering why they can't sleep. I'm Professor Oleksii Kalmykov. Remember, health is not a destination, it is a daily rhythm. Let's get yours back in sync. I'll see you in the next video.